Things over back in our studios, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. With this kick, the second half is underway. And the tackle is made right around the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
Trying to trick them here with the Wildcat formation. The Panthers from the 32. Running room. Right there to take them down.
Well, don't look at the scoreboard, which tells you you're down by a couple of scores. Just concentrate on every single play and try to get another first down.
First down and 10. And a sack by Kruger.
It is truly a bonus when you can take your outside linebacker and let him rush the quarterback and he can get a sack. Nice job that time by the outside linebacker.
No bump coverage here. Corners backing up. And he's sacked again.
Defensive tackles, we always think of them as run stoppers. How about this that time? He does a great job, gets in there and sacks the quarterback.
So they get to the quarterback on that last play. Third down coming up. Newton's all by himself in the backfield for this snap. Out of the gun. Launches it down the field. Makes the catch, but didn't get the feet down. Incomplete.
The Panthers don't have a lot of options on third and long situations. The pass goes incomplete, and the defense did a good job of staying back there and not giving up the deep throw.
And he's on the sidelines and out of bounds. The Buccaneers come out to open up the second half, and they were hitting on all cylinders in the first half, Bill.
Yeah, be smart here in the second half, Jim. When you start out, just find out what the defense is thinking, and once you get a feeling about what they're going to do, then you start taking some chances.
Winston's going to take it from the gun. Justin Blackman makes the catch. Still on his feet.
That's a nice play that time by the offense, getting the first down. They're up here in the second half, and they're moving the football. That is a great feeling.
Winston's now completed 4 in a row. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Doug Martin picks up about 2.
Martin's never able to build up that power that he has as a running back when there's nowhere to go. Hey, there's nowhere to go. That's a short game.
After running it, it's second down. The Buccaneers at the line of scrimmage. Split backfield. Winston's got it in the gun. Intercepted. They bring him to the turf.
That was an awesome job by the defense. They just read the quarterback's eyes. They got in position, and they made the interception.
The Panthers stalled on their last drive, forced a punt. So now the offense comes back out onto the field.
Yeah, they're coming back out. They lack confidence, and I understand why. They came out, couldn't get anything done. The defense was flying around making the plays. Well, they got to change the tempo of this game. Find a way to score. That's always the mantra with every team when they get in the red zone. If you punch it in here, it'll give you confidence for the rest of the game.
Jonathan Stewart with the catch.
Quarterback should have never thrown it that time. Even though he completes the pass, he should have seen the defense was right there. A loss of a couple yards.
Loss of a couple that time. Second and goal from the 5. Handoff to Jonathan Stewart. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line.
When you get third and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
They hurry to the line of scrimmage.
When you see linebackers moving around like this,
McCoy with the sack.
how about the defense on that play? They were not fooled. They see the pass coming. They get the penetration. They get to the quarterback quick, and that's a big sack down near the goal line.
The kick is good.
Now the defense is going to be excited. They come out there. The offense has great field position, but they stop them. But they give up 3 points, but still a victory for the defense.
Ford on the return. And the tackle's made right around the 32-yard line. The Buccaneers offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go, and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
The Buccaneers come to the line with an empty backfield. Winston's got no one behind him, just a quarterback waiting for the snap. Makes the reception. Met by Davis that time. Second and 5 coming up.
D-line is shifting inside. They're pinching. I think they're expecting to run up the middle.
Martin takes the hit and is brought down. This is third down. The Buccaneers need to get to the 42 for the first down. From the shotgun. Got hit on release. And so now they'll call on anger to punt the football. This punt will be returned. He's going to be tackled right around the 21-yard line. That return's good for about 8. Let's get the injury report from Danielle Bellini.
Guys, I had a chance to speak with a Buccaneers team official. He was able to confirm that it was a dislocated shoulder, but they were able to immediately put the shoulder back in place.
The Panthers put some points on the board on their previous possession, but it was just a field goal. They'll be looking to add some more right here.
Yeah, they will. And, listen, when you talk about touchdown drives, you have to kick a field goal. What does that mean? That means you failed on third down. Just not a good play on third down. They got to do better in that situation. If they do, that's going to lead to 7 points.
Stewart lined up as the single back. First down at the 33. Has Jackson right in on the tackle.
When you play zone in the NFL, what you're trying to do is make the quarterback hold the football just for a half a second longer, and you hope the pass rush can get there. They don't that time. That's why he got the completion.
Newton's completion percentage, 60% on the day. Going for the deep ball. Third and 4 coming up. Looks like they're in press coverage here. The Panthers need to get to the 43 to pick up a first. From the gun, Newton. Pass is intercepted. He's brought down.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
The Buccaneers offense failed to muster a single first down the last time they had it. Let's see if their offense this time can create a few sparks.
Well, you know, the coaches were upset at them when they went to the sideline, so the sense of urgency is there. You should be fired up, and I expect a better drive this time.
Winston's alone in the backfield. Smith with the quarterback takedown.
Well, you see it all the time. When the offensive line can't stop the defensive pass rush, then you have your running backs hit a defensive lineman before they go out for the pass.
That leads us to second down. The Buccaneers are at the line of scrimmage with a spread formation. Winston's back in shotgun formation. Gets it out for the completion.
Jim, the offensive coordinator, has done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. You're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to.
Power surge. Touchdown.
Well, this quarterback is not afraid to score on the goal line, that's for sure. Not afraid about taking a hit from one of those big, mean defensive players. He runs a quarterback sneak and gets a touchdown. Really good job by the defense that time, stopping a two-point conversion because they do so many different things on the offensive side down the NFL. I think when the two-point conversion comes up on defense, attack the offense.
Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. The Panthers just gave up some big turnover points. Let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches look. You make mistakes on the field, they're going to be forgiving to a point, but you got to be smart, you got to be efficient, and get the job done.
First down at the 23. And now Newton's going to take off. Muscles through the defender. That picks up 11.
Well, if you force him out of the pocket and you force him to run, he'll do it, and he's pretty good at it. Good job. Oh, look at that. The defensive line shifted over to the left. Outside, he's changing the play with the wide receiver.
Airing it out. Almost intercepted. At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt. The Buccaneers with two extra defensive backs in the dime. Cam Newton takes it from the shotgun. Randall's there to catch a ball that had a lot of heat on it. Wasting no time now for this next play. First down at the 44. Benjamin's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. The Panthers are rolling after a huge gainer at the end of quarter number 3. First down here. This play set up by the long gainer. Final quarter underway now with this snap. Robert Ayers takes him to the ground. They're in the hurry-up mode. The Panthers will take the snap from the 45. No chance to throw. Another sack.
Oh, there's nothing worse as a quarterback to have pressure up the middle from an interior defensive tackle. Hard to see down the field, can't make a decision, and that time it leads to a sack.
Loss of 3 on the play. Newton in shotgun formation. drilled as he throws it.
The Panthers really don't have much of a chance of picking up this first down. It's third long. Of course, the defense is looking for passes down the field. They're all over everything, and the pass goes incomplete.
They bring back out the offense to go for it. The Panthers come to the line. The first down marker is at the 24. Newton's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Has the reception all alone.
I can't give all the credit to the offense here. They go for it on fourth down here in the second half. Even though they're losing, the defense should have known that that play was coming, and they should have stopped it.
First and 10. Makes the grab. Touchdown.
What a throw by the quarterback for a touchdown. It was just really nice. He threw it beautifully, right on target. Touchdown.
Extra point was good. The Panthers setting up here for the kickoff. Return ends rather quietly short of the 20. Let's mark him at the 16. The Buccaneers in quite a battle here in the fourth. The score's 35-27. The Buccaneers at the line of scrimmage with their set of receivers in a bunch formation.
Good job that time by the defense. Not being fooled. Being in position. When you're in position, you have a chance to make the play. That time they did. They got the interception.
The Panthers ready to get this drive started. The last time they had it, Phil, it was a touchdown, and they got all the way to the end zone mainly through the air.
Yeah, they did it through the air. They got good protection. You know, we love what the quarterback is doing, but how about the wide receivers and everybody catching the football, separating from the defender, and they're getting some easy throw and catches out there.
Stewart's tackled down after a gain of 12.
Anytime your team is down, you're inside the other team's red zone, you look for one of your star players, your quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. They need to make a big play here.
And Matthews is going to pull in the bullet pass. Toss to the outside. Touchdown. And this game just got a whole lot more interesting. Phil, they knew they had to get something on the board here early in the fourth, and now they've done it, and there is hope.
They've been scratching and clawing all day long, and they finally got the play that puts them back in this game. It's close. Now, can you finish it off by making one more play to take the lead?
They will not find a way into the end zone, so they'll only get 6 points out of the trip. The Panthers are ready to kick it away. And Holmes is there to take it down. That return is good for about 20. The Buccaneers are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck, that's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those kind of mistakes. You got
Short has the sack. Grabbing the face mask. We see it almost once a week, and here it happens again.
Well, a lot of times these defenders, I'll give them a little slack because they're running so fast. They're trying to tackle some tremendous athletes in open space, and sometimes accidentally you're going to grab the face mask.
That's Kuechly flying in to to make the tackle.
The Buccaneers offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line. Now he's going to change the play, and look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
He'll throw it over the middle. Intercepted. What a time for an interception in the fourth quarter. These offenses could not be stopped throughout the game, but in the fourth, finally, a defensive play.
To be successful on the defensive side, I think the number one quality you must always have, and that is to be aggressive. I don't know where it's been all day, but it finally showed up, and they got the pick.
Could have been intercepted.
Well, you want to put all the pressure on the quarterback to make really good throws down the field, play tight man-to-man coverage. It takes perfect throws to get completions. Not there, that's out.
2nd and 10. Murray's got it on the toss. Tackled down at the 22.
Got to be a little more creative on the offensive side. When you're down a score here late in the game in the fourth quarter, you got to mix it up. That run is not going to make it work.
That last play was a run. 3rd down coming up. The Buccaneers lined up in the nickel. And it's knocked down.
The Panthers put themselves in a situation where the defense has all the advantage. They know the pass probably has to go down the field on 3rd and long, and they were ready for it.
And converts on the 3. The clutch kick here late in the game gives them the lead. And now they'll rely on their defense, Phil.
I'm going to say this to the defense. Go out there, play fast, play hard. And the defensive coordinator, take a chance. Go ahead and blitz the offense and see if they can handle it.
Baldwin's taking a knee here, so the ball will be spotted at the 20. The Buccaneers offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go, and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
Winston standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Charles Johnson gets to him for the sack.
Oh, man, defensive coordinators love this. When you can hit, or this time they sack the quarterback without even blitzing.
A long field ahead of him at the 10. Winston's got everybody split out wide. He'll take the snap about midway through the 4th. What a hit, and the ball falls incomplete.
When you're in a situation like this, it's 3rd and real long, don't take a chance, be careful, and get off the field.
Playing press coverage to the outside. Winston's ready for the snap, empty backfield. From the gun. Stands in the pocket. Pulls it in.
The Buccaneers, good job that time moving the chains, picking up that 1st down. And, Jim, of course, there's no time to panic in a situation like this. I think they know that. It's in the second half. You're down just a few points. Just keep looking for ways to get another 1st down, and that'll serve your team well.
He's into the open. An extra tight end on the field for this one. 2nd and 3. The quarterback with the give to the fullback. Time is running out here in the 4th, and the defense is trying to preserve this win. Locked in on the football and has hold of it with 2 hands. Second down here. These guys need to make something happen on offense with time beginning to run out. Martin's going to receive the toss. He's brought down right around the 43-yard line. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day. 3rd down now. Winston's going to take it from the gun. McFadden makes the catch. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
It would appear they'll get the ball back here deep into this 4th quarter and give the offense another shot to take it down the field.
The game is on the line, no question here. And offensive players, and especially quarterbacks, always say it. I want the football in my hands to determine the outcome. Well, you got it, big boy. Let's see what you can do.
Back at the line. They're going for it on 4th.
Look at those linebackers shifting around, trying to confuse the quarterback.
Crucial play here. 4th down on the way. The Buccaneers snap it at the 41. Winston's unable to come through on 4th down. And with that failed possession, they may wind up walking out of here today wondering what could have been.
They're going to be so disappointed because all year long in these type of situations, they have been very good. But that was just, it was not meant to be, and they couldn't come through in 4th down.
I am shocked they were unable to convert. The Buccaneers coaching staff was upset with how the game went last week. Today, they still trail, but it's been a much better effort here, Phil.
The coaches backed these players into the corner after last week's game, and they got to be happy with the effort so far here today.
The Buccaneers sat at the line. Dime package. The Panthers from the 37. Comes away with it. That's a timeout call. Third and short following the completion. They'll run it off the toss. That's a gain of only a yard. That'll stop the clock with that timeout. The Panthers will go for it here on 4th down and a short yardage situation. They'll go for it on 4th down, late stages, trying to power his way right up the middle.
I don't know if I agree with that call going for it on 4th down here in the second half when you got a little lead, but the coach is confident. They go for it on 4th down, they pick it up, and that keeps the drive going.
They come to the line of scrimmage, 1st down. The Panthers step up to the line, employing now their jumbo package. The give out of the eye. Stewart's tackled down at the 50.
Well, when you know you can win the game, but just running the football, then you just run the football. Take no chances. Keep 2 hands around it at all times, and don't worry about the extra yard.
Coming to the line of scrimmage, right at midfield. 2nd down and 10. Toss to the outside. And he is brought down at the 45-yard line.
Jim, no surprise there. You got the lead. It's late in the game. You run the football, make that clock keep ticking. And you go over these situations so many times in practice. You got to manage the clock, know how much time you got left.